Welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support while you go through the divorce process. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hello, and welcome back to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today's topic, we're going to talk about determining the school children attend as you're going through the divorce process. And let's navigate, through these complexities of how to come up with a decision. Firstly, it's essential to understand that the determination of the school children attend is often part of a broader issue of child custody and visitation. Courts typically prioritize the best interest of the child when making such decisions. Now, one common approach is joint decision making. In an amicable divorce or separation, parents may agree on the choice of the school together. Joint legal custody, where both parents share responsibility of decision making, include educational decisions. So this is going to lead to a collaborative choice. However, the issue is when parents cannot agree. Then the court may intervene. And when they do, they're going to consider such factors as the child's age, the child's preferences, if they're an appropriate age to express their opinion, the location of each parent's residence, the quality of the schools in those areas, and any specific educational needs of the child. So proximity to the child's primary residence is a significant factor. Courts often consider the convenience and practicality of the child attending a school close to where they live. It minimizes disruptions to their daily routine and also can help ensure a stable environment. If one parent has primary custody, then the child's school might be determined based on the location of that particular parent's residency. The court aims to create a situation where the child has easy access to education while maintaining a strong relationship with both parents. Now, educational needs and special considerations also play a role. If a child has a specific educational need or requires accommodations, the court may prioritize placing them in a school that can address those needs effectively. Open communication and cooperation between parents is actually pretty critical. In cases where parents can effectively communicate and cooperate, they may be able to work together to determine the best school for their child. And this collaborative approach is highly encouraged by the courts. The child's well-being is just the top priority. Courts prioritize the child's overall well-being when making decisions about their education. This includes the child's emotional and psychological needs, social development, and any potential impact on their academic performance. Now, in some cases, parents may include a school determination agreement in their parenting plan. This agreement outlines the specifics of where the child will attend school and may include provisions for reevaluation or modification based on changing circumstances. When looking at these school boundary issues and school issues and residency issues, legal representation, a divorce attorney is really pretty important in addressing these matters. The divorce attorney can provide guidance and ensure that your rights as a parent are protected throughout the decision-making process regarding your child's education. Now, in conclusion, the determination of the school children attend during the divorce process involves various factors, including joint decision-making, court intervention, proximity to the primary residence, educational needs, communication and cooperation between parents, and the big one, prioritizing the child's overall well-being. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on this topic or any other financial planning issues I may assist with, please reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me an email. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Until next time, enjoy your day. Hi, and welcome back to Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. Today, we are going to get into a topic that really addresses a question that looms large in the minds of those considering a divorce. Is divorce expensive? We're going to unpack the financial aspects of the divorce process here and see if we can't shed some light on this. Now, first, it's important to acknowledge that the cost of divorce really does vary widely, and it's based on several factors. We're going to look at some key considerations to better understand whether a divorce can be financially taxing. We're going to start with legal fees. Hiring an attorney is very common during a divorce process, and attorney fees can add up, and they can add up quickly. The complexity of your case, the need for court appearances, and the hourly rate of your chosen attorney all contribute to the overall cost. So you're going to want to pay attention. Now, first and foremost, though, you're going to want to find an attorney you feel fits your situation. You want to be comfortable with them. So you may look at multiple attorneys before you actually find the right one. If you and your soon-to-be ex-spouse can reach agreements through mediation or collaborative divorce processes, it might be more cost-effective compared to a contentious courtroom battle. Alternative dispute resolution methods can significantly reduce legal expenses. However, you have to be on good speaking terms. Let's talk about something that often brings up, challenging and takes a lot of time during the divorce process, and that's asset division. So the more complex your financial situation, the more intricate the asset division process becomes. If there are substantial assets or properties involved, the cost of evaluating, appraising, and dividing these assets can really contribute to the overall expense. In some cases, financial experts or forensic accountants may be required to assess and untangle complex financial situations. While their expertise is really invaluable, it does come with an additional cost. So you have to judge whether or not you need, a financial expert to help you on your side. Another aspect that plays a role into how much it costs is really the duration of the divorce process. A prolonged legal battle can result in higher fees, higher attorney fees, higher court cost fees. So it's essential to work towards a resolution as efficiently as possible, and that will help minimize the expenses that are going to show up during the divorce process. Speaking of legal fees, we're going to have things like filing fees and court costs. So filing for divorce really involves an administrative expense, including court filing fees. And these fees do vary by jurisdiction, but overall, they're going to add to the cost of the divorce process. Another consideration is spousal maintenance, or also known as alimony. And depending on the circumstances, one spouse may be required to provide financial support to the other. And the terms and duration of the spousal maintenance can impact the overall cost of divorce. Keep in mind the emotional toll. While not a direct financial cost, the emotional toll of a divorce can indirectly impact your well-being and, in turn, your ability to focus and work towards, financial stability. Wrapping up today, while divorce can be expensive, it really can, there are options that can reduce the cost. And you're going to look at all these factors that we talked about today, from the legal side to the asset division side, experts, longevity of the case. They're all going to contribute to the overall financial aspect. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topic or other financial planning issues, please let me know. Happy to help. Contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, have a good day. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we're going to really dive into a topic that's critical as the legal and financial aspects of your divorce. And that's staying emotionally balanced during this process. We're going to explore some strategies to navigate the emotional roller coaster of divorce. Now, we're going to have to, really start with getting back to how divorce is super emotionally charged, and we got to acknowledge our emotions. Divorce is a significant life transition, and it's okay actually to feel a range of emotions from sadness and anger to relief or uncertainty. We want to give yourself the space to experience and process the feelings without judgment. Now, communication is going to be key, whether it's with friends, family, or a therapist. Expressing your emotions can be cathartic. Share your thoughts, fears, and hopes with someone you trust. Because as we know, bottling up emotions can lead to added stress. So open up and let it out to a trusted individual. During divorce, emotions can run high. I don't think I have to really say that, but it does, and it can. Not always, though. And interactions with your ex-spouse may be challenging. There again, it can, but not all the time. We're going to want to set clear boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. And this may include limiting contact or establishing guidelines for communication. Now, we're going to move on to taking time for yourself and prioritizing activities that bring you joy and relaxation. So you got to focus on your own self-care, whether it's reading a book, going for a walk, practicing mindfulness. Self-care is essential for maintaining emotional balance, so don't neglect it. You could also do mindfulness exercises or meditation. They're pretty powerful tools in their own right. And these practices help you stay in the present moment, reducing anxiety about your future or dwelling on the past. Consider incorporating mindfulness techniques into your daily routine. An often overlooked part of reducing stress and anxiety and balancing yourself really is just educating yourself on the divorce process. Understanding what to expect can really help alleviate some anxiety. Knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions and reduces the fear of the unknown. We are also going to surround ourselves with a supportive network. And this includes family, friends, divorce support group. Really having people who understand and empathize with your situation can provide a sense of community and comfort. So don't underestimate the power of those people. And practicing resilience. Divorce is, as we know, a ridiculously difficult, challenging experience of our life. But resilience is our ability to bounce back, cultivate a mindset that acknowledges difficulties, but we also want to focus on strength and ability to adapt. And this, can also include things like writing down our thoughts and emotions. Can be the journaling aspect is also a therapeutic outlet. And it allows us to reflect on your experiences, your gains, you get insight and track your emotional journey. But really, we want to be patient. The whole healing takes time. Emotional balance is a process, and we may feel rushed, but we don't want to rush. And everyone's journey is unique, and how you get there and what techniques you use all has to fit you. Wrapping up, staying emotionally balanced during the divorce process involves really, a lot of things from, acknowledging your emotions, setting boundaries, self-care, using all the supportive resources you have at your disposal. And last is just being patient with yourself. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topic or other financial planning issues that I can assist with, reach out. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Until next time, take care. Hello, and welcome back to Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. Today's topic, well, we're going to do a little spin off here. We're going to do a little top 10 pitfalls you might encounter during the divorce process. So, avoiding these pitfalls really, can help you navigate the complexities more smoothly. On with the show. First, on the list is really a lack of preparation. Divorce is a major life event, and going into it without proper preparation can lead to various challenges. Take the time to gather financial documents, understand your assets and debts, and overall get yourself prepared for the process ahead. Pitfall number 2, neglecting self care. So, amidst the legal and emotional turmoil, it's easy to forget about taking care of yourself. Ensure that self-care remains a priority, whether it's through exercise, mindfulness, or spending time with loved ones. Now, number 3, we want to avoid communication breakdown. So, effective communication is critical during divorce, especially if children are involved. So, miscommunications or lack of communication can lead to misunderstandings and heightened tensions. And neither of those are really good. Number 4, unrealistic expectations. Understand that divorce is a process and outcomes may not align with ideal scenarios. Be realistic about what you can achieve and accept that compromises might be necessary. It's all part of the negotiation process. Next on the list here we have is neglecting legal advice. So some individuals choose to navigate the divorce process without legal guidance, and it could be a risky move. Consulting with a divorce attorney is essential to ensure your rights are protected and you fully understand the legal implications of the choices you make. Pitfall number 6, emotional decision making. So emotions, as I don't have to tell you, are running high during divorce. And that could lead to impulsive decisions. It's important to approach decisions with a clear mind, considering both short and long-term implications. The 7th pitfall on our list here is involving children in adult matters. Shielding children from emotional aspects of divorce is also important. Avoid putting them in the middle of conflicts and prioritize their well-being throughout this process. It's not the children's fault that you're getting a divorce, and they shouldn't feel like it's their fault either. Let's see here. Financial pitfall. Overspending during divorce is a common trap. Legal fees, asset division, and other expenses really do add up quickly. We're going to want to budget carefully, and we got to be mindful of our financial situation throughout this process. The 9th pitfall is kind of interesting in that it's really not exploring alternative dispute resolution methods. So litigation can be time-consuming and expensive. Mediation, collaboration, collaborative divorce processes may offer more amicable and cost-effective solutions. And finally, number 10 on our list here is rushing the process. Divorce is a significant life event, and it requires time for proper consideration and solid decision making. Rushing through the process may result in regrets or oversights. You really got to let it take its time. Wrapping up, avoiding these pitfalls during the divorce process, can make a big difference on how smooth things go, how things work out in the end for your kids, for your ex. And, really, if you can avoid a lot of this stuff, it's going to just make things a little more simpler. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topic or financial planning issues I can help you with, my contact information is in the description. Don't hesitate to call or email. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. And with that, take care. Welcome back to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we're going to get into a unique approach to resolving divorce matters: arbitration. If you've been wondering whether arbitration is right for you during the divorce process, then this is a good spot for you. We're going to explore the ins and outs. Now, we're going to start with what is arbitration. And it's an alternative dispute resolution method where a neutral third party, the arbitrator, is appointed to make decisions on certain aspects of the divorce. It's similar to a court trial, but more flexible and often less formal. Let's consider if arbitration is suitable for you. One significant factor in this is the desire for privacy. Unlike court proceedings, arbitration is private. If you prefer to keep your divorce matters confidential and away from public records, arbitration might be a viable option. You're going to want to consider the complexity of your case. So if your divorce involves intricate financial matters, significant assets, or complex child custody issues, arbitration can provide a more tailored and focused approach compared to traditional court proceedings. Flexibility is actually a key advantage of arbitration. You have the ability to schedule your sessions at your convenience, choose the arbitrator, and customize the process to suit your specific needs. This flexibility can be particularly beneficial for individuals with busy schedules. And while we're at it, let's take a quick look at the cost. While arbitration does involve fees, it generally can be more cost-effective than a prolonged court battle. The efficiency of the process often leads to lower overall expenses, making it an attractive option for those mindful of their budget. Now, communication, as in most things, whether it's relationships or divorce, is pretty critical in arbitration as well. If you and your soon-to-be ex-spouse can communicate effectively and are willing to work towards a resolution, arbitration may be a more amicable and collaborative option compared to the adversarial nature of court. Now, let's address the need for a quicker resolution. If you're looking to expedite the divorce process, arbitration can be more time efficient than waiting for court dates. It allows for a faster resolution, which can be particularly beneficial in cases where time is of the essence. We do have a potential drawback, though, and that is the limited right to appeal. Unlike court decisions, arbitration awards are typically final and have limited grounds for appeal. If having the option to appeal is a priority for you, traditional court proceedings may be a better fit. And then there's the emotional aspect. If you're seeking a more collaborative and less confrontational process, arbitration provides a setting where you and your ex-spouse can work together towards a resolution. It often promotes a more amicable atmosphere. Now, legal representation is still advisable in arbitration. While the process is less formal than court, having a divorce attorney by your side ensures that your rights are protected and you have proper legal guidance through the arbitration process. Wrapping up this episode, arbitration may be suitable for you if you value privacy, have a complex case, seek flexibility, you're looking for a cost-effective solution. Now, you and your ex-spouse can communicate effectively, and you're willing to accept the limited appeal options. So, is it good for everybody? No, it's not, but it is an option, and it's something you can look at to see if it fits your needs. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topic or other financial planning issues, I am happy to help. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Until next time, enjoy your day.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce with Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow.